Huh? All right. What is up, guys? What is going on? What is going on? If anybody is in here, say hello and let me know you are in here. We are chilling for a few minutes. We're going to see how many people come and join us right at the beginning. Swaggy, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Rooped, what's up, man? What is up? What is up? What is up? We're going to have some fun tonight. There's a lot of stuff to play with. I got a funny idea for something to make that hopefully we can incorporate a few different tools and a few different things into. I think it's going to be fun. You hit 100K today. Congratulations. On what? On YouTube? 100K on YouTube? That's a big deal, man. That is not easy. You gotta post a picture of your plaque in the Discord when you get it in the mail. Hey, Kev, bro, come over and watch on YouTube, man, because this is everyone hangs out in the YouTube chat. So if you want to like be involved on the chat side of things, come over to YouTube, man. There's going to be way more people in YouTube than there are in Twitch. Oh, all right. Just chilling for a few minutes. Let people get in here. Jay Supreme, what is going up, my man? All right. Dude, the keeping up with all the stuff that's been coming out has been pretty fun and pretty tiring, and figuring out like it's becoming more and more important to kind of like have your own idea, because there's so many people that have access to all this stuff now, bro. That's gonna like you can't compete strictly on like this thing looks cool anymore, you know? Winston, bro, funny story. So no, I didn't compete in that, but those guys actually hit me up and invited me out to Dubai to speak at it, but I just couldn't, like, there was no way I could go for the dates of that. There was just like no way I could do it. But very cool that I got emailed and they invited me out to Dubai, and they actually wanted me to speak at that thing, which bro, some of the things I've had to say no to, guys, are very, very, like, it makes me sad that I've had to say no to a handful of things because of work or projects or just like, you know, stuff off camera that I have to shoulder here at home that you guys don't see, and I don't really put on social. But that getting that email let me know that, you know, all the stuff I do doesn't go completely unnoticed by everyone. Do you think Comfy Cloud for Comfy UI is worth it? I think that depends what you want to do, Corey. I think that depends what you want to do. I personally am not a Comfy enjoyer at this moment in time. I have not opened Comfy or used Comfy for probably a year at this point. However, there are a handful of people in the Discord that do, especially Anil, Solus, a bunch. Very, very good at Comfy, and they could answer that question better for you. But it depends what you want to do. Clumsy Trainer, what is going on, man? Are you still training and putting stuff up on Civitai? Are you still providing the Civitai community with all that good stuff? And also, Clumsy, if you plan on hanging out, bro, get out of Twitch and come over to YouTube. YouTube is where everyone in the chat is. You are the only person on Twitch. I leave the Twitch running just so some people, like if people get filtered there, I can get them to come over to the YouTube. Come watch over on the YouTube channel. Oh, can you guys hear me? My mic sound kind of changed. Okay, one second. Let's see what just happened there. Audio. Oh, okay. There. Test. Nope. Nope. Testing. 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 Test. Hello. How's it sound now? Is fixed? Okay. I think I might have accidentally knocked the little thing out. Okay, cool. Well, guys, look, there are almost 30 of you here, and let's get rolling so we can make some fun stuff tonight. First of all, thank you guys for coming. I always appreciate the gang of you that comes and hangs out with me on the Fridays when we do this. I look forward to this every other week. And I get more excited about them now that I have that week off, because it's just like the Fridays I don't do this, it gives me a moment to exhale from everything that I do, and I very much need it. But with that being said, there are a lot of toys, and I have an idea, so we're going to focus in on a few of them. I saw someone ask something about Weavy. Wait, let me scroll up real quick. If you guys bear with me too, if you guys haven't noticed, this screen right here is an iPad right now. So the screen I'm looking at you guys on with the chat, which is normally the big one right on my desk, is my iPad. What had happened was, short story, I wanted to downsize that screen because I wanted to reclaim some desk space back. And I had gotten a 19-inch XP Pen Pro, and it came in from B&H Photo. And when I opened the box, the corner of the screen was dented. And I was just going to live with it because I was like, oh, it's just like cosmetic damage. But then when I turned the screen on, when I got it all set up, the pixels in that corner were black. And I was like, oh, fuck, I got to return this. So I now have to wait about 3 weeks for them to get that one back and ship me another one. Dude, the vase mount, there's my setup. I have no room to mount anything else. No room to mount it. But the iPad is on a little stand. This is very nice. And this actually is working out really good. I'm enjoying the space. The 19-inch screen is perfect, though, for how much space I want, how big the screen is. The screen looks sick. And it's like, it's amazing. I'm still debating whether or not I want to hang on to the 24-inch to have as a backup, or if we want to run a contest and the winner gets that 24-inch screen. So I'm debating that. No promises, but that is a strong possibility. So, Clumsy, welcome. Yeah, Swaggy, bro. Weavy is dope, man, and you're doing enough stuff you get paid for. But okay, let's get some screen share going on and let's start moving. So here, one second, let me get this into the part that looks better. Boom, there we go. Okay, so what I am thinking of doing. What the butter, you like that, dude? You got a job offer and they're already asking us about Weavy. Well, looks like we have been right on time then, bro. Looks like we have been right on time. So here is something that I have been observing over the past like week, 2 weeks, as I've been making some of these videos. So real quick, real quick, let's pull up my thing. We're going to close the assistant. I have switched from the Chrome browser to Comet, by the way, the Perplexity browser, and I am really enjoying it, and having the AI assistant and having Perplexity's browsing stuff. And it was really easy to get all the way I use Chrome ported over to Comet, because there was like an itch in me that was like, damn, I'm not using like an AI based browser with all the stuff that I do. I feel like I should be, like there's no reason why everything I do should not just be tapped in to what is going on with AI. So so the browser is Comet by Perplexity now. I didn't want to use the ChatGPT browser because I'm constantly flirting with the idea of canceling OpenAI and going all in with Claude. And so the way I have my Chrome set up, I don't if you guys can see the top up here. I have these groups, and I group everything into like, so this is like AI image gen. So I have like Midjourney, FreePic, Weavy, and Glyph, and that's a group. Then I have, YouTube. I have my audio tools. I have all my LLMs in a group, and I can just collapse these and like go into them whenever I want, but I keep all the tabs open in the groups, my AI content tools. So this is where like VO and Kling and Magnific and all those things are. So all my tabs are open without me having the tabs just spread across the top, because that gives me anxiety. But okay, here's the observation and what I was actually getting at here. On my Instagram this week, let me put it on the Reels page so we can see the views. What I have noticed are the videos of the food where I include like, where one, the characters look kind of cutesy, but two, where there's like the consistent like character that's a little troublemaker. Those consistent characters, I think, really help drive the engagement in it, because those characters are always cute and they're kind of like mischievous. So for the past week, it's been this little slice of butter. Before that, with all the other food videos, it was the piping bag, right? The piping bag with the icing was kind of like a mainstay in them. And every video that has the piping bag or the butter is like in the millions. And except for the waffle, the waffle, I think, didn't connect with people, but like this one, bro, people love this video. People love this video. I was shocked by how well this did. So with that being said, we're going to try to take some inspiration from that. And I want to do something simple, but that can maybe connect with people. So here's the idea. We're going to focus on creating a clean character, and I'm thinking of basing it on the Pepe frog. This was a suggestion my girlfriend made, and I actually really like it. Using the Pepe frog as kind of like the centerpiece, and then having the Pepe frog be annoyed and just like violated by the butter and the piping bag. And it's one of those things where it's like, almost like just like a character on like a plain background, nothing but like the character and the studio lighting, and it's just plain. But then you also have the other character that comes in that just like terrorizes him as he's not really doing anything. That's the idea. Something simple, nothing over the top, very minimal. But I think if we can nail it, it could be really, really funny. So what are we going to use to do this? Well, we are going to do all of our image generation, or a bulk of it for the initial part in Glyph tonight, because as I have been using Glyph this week with this agent that I made called Dream 4.5 Studio, I have actually really enjoyed the process of generating the images in the chat environment. Like, it's made it very enjoyable. So, and here, I'm going to put this link to this agent in the chat. So if you guys want to try this out, you can. Just to give you guys like a small idea of what this does. So this agent is specifically made to mainly generate images with Seedream 4.5. It's made to generate text to image and also allow you to like edit images and work with up to 4 references with Seedream 4.5. It does, however, have Nano Banana Pro. So if you want, you can run them both at the same time. And it also has Kling 2.5 and Kling 2.6 to turn the images into videos if like you want to do that in the window. So that part I'll probably do outside, but I like having just Seedream and Nano Banana in one chat window in one place, and I can just like chill and generate in there. So we need a Pepe frog. We need a Pepe frog. And I kind of want the classic Pepe frog. So we're going to take classic Pepe and we're going to search for maybe 3D Pepe and just see if he's like in there. Boom. Let's see. I love this frog, man. So, you know what? Let's look for just like a regular 3D character to mimic first. And then we'll focus on how the frog looks. Let's get just like the character and the scene going. Oh, I know. I had an image that I made. Damn, I didn't save it. Okay. So let's just ask Seedream for this. Generate a 9:16 image of a stylized 3D Pepe frog character standing against an all-white background with nothing around him, but the studio lighting is casting his shadow on the ground. Generate this image in both Seedream 4.5 and Nano Banana Pro. So Glyph is going to analyze the image. And just so we can kind of like get this going in multiple places, let's also go over to Gemini. And we'll just put that same prompt, except of course with the without the Seedream part. Oh, no. Gemini, hello. Hello, bro. Oh, I need to switch back to the account that I have my Ultra on. Okay. Clearly Nano Banana Pro didn't get the, so there's a little bit more. Oh, well, that's pretty funny how drastically different they all were. But okay, we can go and grab this guy because this is similar to the style I'm thinking about. And gonna tell it. The Pepe should be on an all white. Wait. Make this a front facing image and make it in the style of this reference. And I'm also going to give it that one. And let's grab the Pepe one more time. Boom, boom. Replace the ninja character in image 1 with Pepe Frog from image 2. However, make Pepe Frog 3D and have the same texture as the character in image 1. Okay, you definitely just didn't do any of that. So Gemini, I feel like for how good Google is, Gemini loses context really quickly in the chats. And I find myself constantly having to start new chats to like fix it and reset its thinking. Because it starts referencing older images or like images that I did before in the chat. So okay, let's go to free pick. And this was perfect. So let's take this guy. Let me actually make a folder here for the stream. Boom, 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 boom. Let me grab, download Pepe here. Bam. And we'll give Pepe this. And we're going to say, replace the character in image 1 with Pepe Frog from image 2. Keep the image full body and keep it 3D with the same type of texture as image 1. So then, because of the way free pick works, we're going to go through and label image 1 as image 1 and image 2 as image 2. And then same thing with the image 1 right here. And then we're going to do this as a 16:9 first. And we'll run 2 of those with Nano Banana. And we will run 2 of them with Sea Dream 4.5. And let's see. Okay, not quite. Not quite. Let's see if FreePay gets it. Let's try to figure out the right way to word this for what I'm looking for. I basically just, oh, that's hilarious. That's funny. I probably should have said that he was not fuzzy. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so let's take this one and no, so this one so far, this is extremely close to what I'm looking for. This is extremely close, but let's see what happens if we tell it to make his skin smooth. Make the Pepe character's skin smooth. Don't change anything else about the image other than his skin texture. Let's go back to Nano Banana since that was the one that made that image. Boom. Yeah, bro, you can do like Nano can do every major like aspect ratio. You just got to tell it. Some of the platforms make it easier. Like if you're working in Nano on Glyph in the chat, you need to tell it the aspect ratio. If you're in Gemini, you need to tell it the aspect ratio. If you're in Free Pick, then you just like their little drop down menu, they have every aspect ratio you could think of. So like I have a vision for this, and sometimes my visions don't work the first time. So we'll see how quickly this starts to fall apart. But let's see. Oh my god, I love it. He's smooth, but his shirt is fuzzy. Okay. Do you guys like the smooth one or do you like the fuzzy one? Which one is better? Smooth Pepe or fuzzy Pepe? I think now that I see them, I'm kind of leaning towards fuzzy. What do you guys think? Do I have issues with camera control in Nano? Dude, Nano it feels very hit and miss, and you have to do multiple generations at a time, and one of them will give you the thing you're asking for as long as you're like crystal clear with what you're asking for. Realm says fuzzy. All you guys say fuzzy. Okay, fuzzy Pepe it is. So let's take this guy though, and let's also get a 16:9 version of him, 9:16 version of him. And let's get like a. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to get a 4K, upscale this, upscale this image to 4K. So we're going to do one in 16:9. Then we're going to do one in 9:16. But when I do this, I'm going to tell it and make it 9:16. Do not stretch the image to the aspect ratio. Generate new pixels on the top and the bottom. I find that sometimes when I don't tell Nano to generate new pixels, and when I just tell it like when I just try to change the aspect ratio, it'll take the image and it'll just like stretch it out. In Free Pick, you can add multiple. I don't know what the limit is. But every time you like drag an image in, it'll just add another one. I think if Pepe is fuzzy and then the butter is smooth, and it doesn't have to be the butter, right? It can be like this. I want to have fun with this. So this can be like we can come up with some new characters, but I want characters to come in and annoy Pepe as he's just like standing there and waving at you. Man, I was the other night I was making I was just grabbing random anime photos off of like Pinterest and making them realistic using Nano Banana, and it was amazing. Okay, so we got 16:9 Pepe and we got 9:16 Pepe, and I'm not too sure which one will be better to work with. Maybe 16:9. That way there's more room for the characters to come in from the side, and I can make the character smaller in the center of the vertical screen. That's what I'm thinking right now. But I think this guy looks great. I do probably want to run him through Magnific, because looking at him up close, the fuzzy texture is a little like extra fuzzy. Don't mind E there. I was making thumbnails for the Glyph YouTube channel. Clumsy. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. We can try that. We can definitely try that. Okay, so let's actually let's try generating it just from kind of like the raw image. So let's say let's do 16 by 9, and let's tell it to add a fly character buzzing around the Pepe frog that is annoying him. Make the fly the same texture as the fuzzy Pepe. The fly should roughly be about half the size of Pepe's head. Let's just see what that does. But also too, if we go back here, my butter character, let me find the last thing I did the butter in. Shouldn't be too far down. Do. All right, so we got the butter character in here, and we're gonna say place the butter character from image 2. No. Replace the Pepe Frog character in image 1 with the mischievous little butter cube character from image 2. The butter is smooth and not fuzzy and is directly facing the camera. So then we just go in and we add image 1, boom, and image 2. And let's see what that does. Bro. Can you see that? That's pretty good, but I think the fly needs to be a different color than that. I don't think the fly can be the same color as Pepe. But I think this is a really great start. I think this is a great start. So let's go with he's so exact. Yeah, he looks so mad. So let's tell it the fly is not any of the same colors as Pepe. And let's generate 2 of those. Actually, we'll do 3. Damn, bro, it pulled the butter character so good. It pulled the butter character so good from the image of the butter in the pan with the breakfast. So we're going to download this guy. and we are going to reuse this prompt. This time I'm going to delete the butter character. But I'm going to pull in, I'm going to go find my piping bag character real quick. Piping bag, and I got an image of this guy right here, just so you guys can see. This is the star of many a viral video right here. So we're going to take the piping bag character, and we're going to use the same prompt. We're going to just try to replace him. Except we need to say the mischievous little piping bag character from image 2. The butter is, no, we don't need the piping. We need it to say piping bag. And bam, let's run 2 of those. Okay. Do we like yellow fly? Do we like, ooh, I kind of like this one. I don't really like the little motion things around it, but we can easily remove those. Oh, that's a chunky fly. One second. I'm going to put my Discord on Do Not Disturb so I don't get the Discord sounds. Let's... David, Clumsy is extremely skilled and has been providing the open source AI community with high quality LoRa's and models for years. Clumsy is the man. Oh my God, that's hilarious, bro. That is hilarious. That worked perfectly. So let me download this guy. Let's pull him in there. And let's try to get the fly again, except the fly is all black. Add an all black fly. Boom. I think, was it last Thanksgiving? No, it wasn't last Thanksgiving. I think it was the Thanksgiving before that. I made my Thanksgiving video for Instagram using one of Clumsy's claymation style LoRa's that he trained. Here, wait, let me see if I can pull up Civitai, and let me also make sure my sensors are on. Yeah, we don't want R, blur. Okay, so let's go look at my profile. My profile shouldn't have anything bad on it. Videos, because I posted some of my videos that I made with Clumsy stuff on here. So yeah, so this was my Thanksgiving video from a year ago. Damn, it's only a year? It's only a year? It's so crazy, dude, looking at this and looking at the stuff I've been making now. And like, honestly, like most of you guys weren't, you know, following me back during this time, but like, obviously nothing much has really changed with me. You know, I'm still making the same type, like the ideas haven't changed that much. It's still like, I'm still, the stuff I'm making is still kind of up this alley. And then Where is the Santa one? Did I post the Santa one on here? I don't think I did. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Damn. Yeah. Crazy looking back at this stuff and just like, you know, awesome. Okay, let's see if we got the fly now. I think the fly has more personality with the color. Oh, that's why it's not showing, because the Santa was rated R probably, or there's no way they rated it X. Santa was probably rated R. So okay. I think I like this fly the best. The Now that I'm looking at it, the green one is pretty cool, but I like this one. Let's tell it to remove the remove the little motion markings around the fly. And then I'm also going to give it Pepe, and then we'll give it the butter. And put the butter character from image 2 next to the Pepe frog in image 1. Make the Pepe frog glancing down at the butter with an annoyed look on his face, while the butter is glancing up at Pepe frog with a mischievous grin on his face. So image 2, image 1. Let's try that. Okay, so just so you guys can kind of see what happened here. So this image had these little markings on the corner to like signify motion on the fly, but I didn't want that. So I literally just told it remove the motion markings, and it did so perfectly. So we're going to take this one, boom. And now let's see what the butter looks like, and then we'll go from there. I want to generate a bunch of these, and then we'll figure out like the best way to kind of like get this all together and what it looks like generating them and trying to make stuff happen. No, I want the keep the Pepe character front and center in the composition, and only his eyes are slightly glancing at the butter. Same for the butter. The butter is standing right next to the Pepe, and they're both centered, and only his eyes are glancing up at the Pepe. Because I want it to feel like they're like side-eyeing one another. Bro, if the piping bag splooges icing on the Pepe. Yeah, this is really funny. That's great. Come on, bro. That's great. Yeah, that's the one. And then let's do the same thing with the piping bag. I'm literally just changing the names of the characters in the prompt and mostly just keeping the prompt the same. Piping bag. A little puddle of icing is dripping out of the center of the piping bag. And then once we have these like core images, then we can start messing around with different camera angles and see what we can do. I think I need like one more character to annoy Pepe, maybe, just so we have some choices. What's like one more thing? It doesn't have to be like a notable character, but we have my butter character, we have the piping bag, we have the fly. What's another thing that we can maybe throw into the mix here? Bro, look at this. He's just looking up at him and he's the icing is just dripping out of him. Oh man. Yep, definitely this one. Boom. All right, so let's go in here real quick into Midjourney and let's try to get our wide Pepe, but make it 916 and just try to keep that white background and have him like nice and centered there. Retro Punk, what's up, buddy? Yeah, the piping bag always leaking is like always a nice touch. Let's see if Midjourney can actually keep the white background. I think this one is pretty good. It's not like it's not all white, but that's fine because it kind of like as long as it looks like a studio, and this one does. So that is good. That's perfect. So we're going to take that one. And then we're going to try to do the one of him and the fly. Boss Pika, what is going on? So you see, the look of this that I kind of want to go for is I don't want the character to take up the entire frame, right? I want there to be a lot of negative space, and I want there to be room for the characters to really like interact with one another. And that's kind of the point. Oh, dude, retro, yeah, man. I actually put up a full like 16-minute deep dive on Seedream 4.5 on the Glyph Twitter account today that I made, where I like just sat here and I just like went through and here, wait, let me actually, I'll show brief intermission, show you guys something funny. So I did like these were all images that I did for the a Glyph video that I put on our Twitter account today. And like this one I thought was really good. This was the original image. The to be ballin', you gotta be all in. And I changed her to we don't want to code and we definitely don't want your nodes. And then we took this image, took that image and replaced her here. We made a Fuzzy Patrick. I really like Fuzzy Patrick. I think Fuzzy Patrick has potential. I had it take this image of Gandalf and generate the other perspective where he's actually being pitched the baseball. And then I took this ad of the Snickers bar, right? And I had to replace the Snickers with the eggplant emoji. I thought this one was great. I thought that was pretty good. But yeah, no, I'm really impressed with Seedream. I think Seedream 4.5 is like right up there neck and neck in a lot of things with Nano Banana. Plus it's a lot cheaper, it's a lot faster. It's just like it's really dope. But that was my little sidebar. So okay, we got our fly Pepe. Now we need our butter one. Oh no, well, we'll do the icing first. Do the icing guy first. Boom. Bam. And here, if you guys are interested at all in my observations, I will link you guys to the Twitter post. I'm actually going to link this in the conversation channel in the Discord. So if you guys are interested, if not, at least go give the post a like and all that good stuff. I'll label it as Seedream 4.5 deep dive. And I will also throw the link in here. So okay, see, so sometimes Midjourney just can't do this, bro. Sometimes Midjourney, when I just want like a solid white background or a solid black background, sometimes it just like can't get it, man. No, retro, it's all good, dude. It's all good. These streams are fun. These are fun, so it's all good. What's not fun is trying to get Midjourney to make this all one even consistent color. In which case, since this one is giving us a little bit of a hard time, Hey, Melanie, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. Since that one's giving us a hard time, all we're going to do is we're going to take it into here. And we're going to say, well, no, because then it's going to make them bigger. I don't want it to make them bigger. Let's try this again. I don't know what about this one is giving Mid-Journey a difficult time. This one was the closest. And I think it's just this part right here where I can see the separation. So let's try fixing that. Yeah, man, I just don't want to open up Photoshop. It's just easy to do everything in the browser, you know, but if we have to, we will. But I think we can get this. Maybe not. Maybe we can't get this. Let's go to Photoshop. And let's go new. Let's do a 720 by 1280. Let's drag this guy in here. Yeah, because see how it's kind of like an off-white type thing? The shadow fall off. Yep. Yep. Mid-Journey does not like that. And neither does Runway, bro. If not quite. I think we got pretty close on one of them. So here we're going to wait. Nope. Delete, bro. Could not update smart object. Deselect. You delete. Okay. So one of these got really close. I think it was this one. And we'll take this and we'll bring this into Photoshop. Bam. We'll erase this Pepe. And now we will generative fill these parts. I'm using Photoshop for the generative fill. I still upscale everything with Magnific. There we go. Okay, boom. That one's good. And then we want to do like this bottom part right here. Grind set, erase the edge of the, gotcha. Okay. I think that is good. Boom. And that should blend together even more when we do the video. I think you're not going to quote me on that, but I think I agree. I'm inclined to agree with you. All right. So now let's try the butter character in here and see if we got to do some manual elbow grease to that one as well. Boom. That one is perfect. First try. Bam. All right. So Now, actually, does that one look okay to you guys, or do you think I need to blend it more? Botman, what's up, buddy? Do you think that one looks good, or do I need to blend it more? Because I'm looking at it on the smaller monitor, and what do you think? How does it look to you guys? I almost can't even like tell. Is the shadow fall off too drastic? The top is too white. Okay, that's what I thought. So let's try this first. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, so let's try. Let me just relabel these real quick. One fly, one Pepe, one butter, and one icing. Okay, cool. So first, let's try a little first frame, last frame action over in Kling. So we'll start with Pepe and the fly. And first thing we're going to say is static camera. The Pepe frog is waving hello at the camera and looking around, when suddenly the fly begins to buzz around him and annoy him. Then actually, let's now take our 9x16s, give it to free pick, and tell free pick 9x16, boom, 2K. Make a new angle of this showing the fly annoying Pepe from up close and slightly from the side. And I don't know if I want to do this. I might want to just keep it all centered and front facing. I feel like that'll be the most comical. Oh, here, wait. Let me show you guys something that I haven't posted. I don't know if I'm going to post, but it came out really cool. So how gnarly is that? And then I know you guys have seen, like we've all seen this anime image, right? You guys have all seen the anime image of like these things from the pages. I was just turning them realistic and seeing what they look like when I animated them. Oh, dude, this is amazing. This is amazing. Look at this one. Oh, wait. The last one I did of her was the best one. Wait. And this one was unsettling. How gnarly is that? I couldn't believe that that Nano Banana made this. Isn't that gnarly? These were all anime images that I made realistic and then animated. Anyways. Bro, how good is that? I really like the first one. The first one is great, bro. Okay, so you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this first one because like the bee, it goes around the back of him, and then he side eyes it. So we're gonna take that one, and then we're gonna take this one and cut to it, right? Dude, look at the quality. I don't even feel the need to upscale this, you know? Like look how sick that is. That looks like a 3D render. Especially like looking at it right on my screen. And look how cute this looks. So we're going to take that guy. And we're not going to first frame, last frame. We're just going to straight up do this one. And we're going to say static camera. The fly puts its mouth on Pepe's cheek and gives it a kiss as it's buzzing above him. And Pepe is super annoyed and whack and hits the fly away. Wait, is super annoyed and tries to smack the fly. The fly moves just in time, and Pepe hits himself in the face. Let's see if it can do that. Let's see if we can get that. Because I don't really I don't want the audio, David, and in all of the use cases when I've tried 2.6, I actually think the animation is worse than 2.5. The animation is not better than 2.5. It's just the audio is the draw for that one. So I want to do the sounds myself on this because I still think when I do the sounds myself, it sounds better. And on this one, the sound's going to be super important because I don't think I'm planning on having any music playing, but still undecided. So we'll see. But yeah, the trade-off, and here I can show you. I can show you because I tested it, right? So this is okay. So here is an example of 2.5, right? This is 2.5 from my waffle video. Like this is 2.5. And this was the one that ended up in the video. The little butter, the like, look how expressive the syrup is. Look how expressive the butter is. Look at the little feet on the waffle. It's like, it's good, right? I like that. When these new models come out, one of the quickest ways I test it is just by putting in whatever the last thing I did was with the exact same prompt and letting it go. That way I have like my most recent thing compared 1-to-1. This was 2.5. This is 2.6 with the exact same prompt. So, see what I mean? That alone is enough to convince me that 2.5 is just better at animating. And these are like, this is 2.6 as well. And like, it's super unexpressive. Same thing with this one. Just very unexpressive and stiff. So unless you want the audio specifically, and the audio is the draw, and you don't have access to VO 3.1 for whatever reason, then there you go. Okay, let's see if it did it. Oh. No, okay, he didn't punch himself. Thank you, Clumsy. Thank you. The Naughty Christmas one was good. Pepe is very angry. Can you imagine version 10? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And you know what? Let's also try this in VO2. And let's go back and grab our prompt. Boom. And of course, we tell it ASMR only. No, he needs to be mad, bro. He needs to be mad. He looks too happy there. MB, are you talking about just like you upload a video and then the AI like makes the audio for the video that you're uploading? There's 11 Labs, I think, is like trying to push in that direction, but I don't think any of the tools that do that yet are good. I don't think anything that tries to like generate the audio based on the video you give it is good yet. Let's see. Not quite, Pepe. Not quite. Veo feels really stiff compared to Cling. There's like a specific look I want this to have that if I can't get it, then I'm gonna pivot to a different image or just a different prompt idea in general. I'm not gonna stay on an idea too long if it's not doing it. So let's see what Angry Pepe looks like in Cling right here. Like this isn't bad. It could be a fly, it could be a bee. It's whatever, David. It's whatever, bro. It doesn't have to look like anything. They're all fuzzy. It doesn't matter. I love when Cling is like 30 seconds left and then it takes forever on the 30 seconds. Maybe we say static camera. The fly lands on Pepe's head. Pepe's eyeballs roll upwards, just staring at the fly with an angry, annoyed expression on his face. This ends with Pepe. Wait. The fly jumping up and down on Pepe's head as he becomes more and more annoyed. Okay, let's see how these came out. Mm. No, I think these second ones are going to be easier to do, but also let's try new angle showing the fly sitting on the top of Pepe's head while Pepe's eyes are staring up at the fly, and his face looks increasingly more annoyed. The camera is close up for this. And then while this one's going, let's put in the butter. Actually, let's put regular Pepe in here. I'm going to say static camera. Pepe exhales and sighs, and the butter character walks in from the side of the frame and stands next to Pepe with a giant mischievous smile on his face. And the butter character looks up at Pepe, and Pepe just glances down and frowns at the butter. As the butter walks in, it leaves a little trail of melted butter behind it. Oh, Whisper Flow, did you get that one? Bam. Oh, dude, this is... Which one of these two is better? One or two? The one where you can see his hands or the ones without his hands? I think probably this one. So the frame isn't quite as tight. And he looks more mad in this one. Yeah. Give it this one. Say static camera. The fly is trying to dig its mouth into the top of Pepe's head. And Pepe is trying to get the fly off of his head. Good call, Clumsy. Good call. One second, guys. I'm just going to put this by the trash. Okay. So we got a couple things going here. Then let's also bring in the icing. Oh, okay, wait, let's see how this one went. He didn't look at it though. Oh, bro, if he would have opened his eyes, it would have been perfect. Okay, wait. Let's try this again. The butter character walks into the frame with a trail of melted butter dripping behind it. And as soon as the butter enters the frame, Pepe immediately starts staring at it with his eyes following it as he grows increasingly more annoyed. That might actually work if one of these is good and I can cut to, I think, this one. We want to reload this one. And we want to tell this. The fly is jumping up and down on Pepe's head, and Pepe grabs a fly swatter and hits the fly off of his head and he sends the fly flying out of the screen. Off the screen. Because I'm thinking fly comes into the frame, bothers Pepe, cut to the close-up, fly lands on his head. As soon as the fly lands on his head, cut to the dead center one, and then he smacks the fly, and that's the end of the fly. Because here, let's get a Premiere project going for this, so we can see this start to come together. All right. This one. Boom. Boom. And then right here, we'll cut to the deadpan one. I think one of the first ones was actually better. Yeah, this one was great. Okay, let's see. Do we think Pepe can actually swat the fly off? I don't know. I don't know. But let's go back to the butter here. Boom. Make a close-up angle of this from over Pepe's shoulder, looking down at the butter, and make sure to capture how annoyed Pepe is as him and the butter have their eyes locked together. Oh, I have an idea, bro. I have an idea for how this ends. Suddenly, Pepe opens his mouth and his long frog tongue swings up and grabs the fly and he eats it. As soon as he eats it, Pepe is looking directly at the camera and he smiles. Let's try that. Let's see. Let's see. You know what, MX? I think this one is going to be fairly tame. I think this one's going to be fairly tame. I don't know, man. I want to start moving in like I want to use things I've learned from the food videos to start moving in different directions, but the food has always feels like when I like really look back at my Instagram, the food has always been kind of like a central theme across a lot of the stuff I did that people like knew me for and the reason why people followed me. The caveat to it was the grills. But the grills were more so because of the anime characters, I think. It was like the combination of the anime characters and the grills that made that time frame blow up so much. But yeah. Yeah, the food has kinda always been in, like, the DNA of all the stuff that I do. Nah, bro, he needs to eat this fly. This is that he needs to eat it. This is gonna be the thing that this is gonna be it. Let's try this in VO also. I think Vio can do this one. I think Vio can make Pepe eat the fly. Oh my god. That's super funny. Oh, it was so close. It was so close. Pepe pulls the fly into his mouth with his tongue and eats it. That last one was so. Let's see it. Let's see if Clean can do it. No, this part's a VO thing. So you know what? We'll even try this with VO quality, and we might have to bust out the prompter for this one. Here, you know what? Yeah, let's bust out. Let's try the prompter. So let's see. Getting the prompts from the VO 3.1 prompter right now. Maybe this can help bring this one home. Franklin, yeah, man. Ooh, boom. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. No, no. Why do you suck? I have a clean prompter. I just always forget to use it. That was close. That was close. Okay, these are from the prompter. Let's see. Come on, do it. Yeah, yeah, bro. The clean prompter's on the Patreon. I posted it a few weeks ago. Mm. That was almost it. That was almost it. You know what? Let's okay, wait. We're gonna take this one. I'm gonna say, um, make Pepe's mouth open with his long, fuzzy frog tongue stretched out and wrapped around the fly on top of his head. So we're asking it to do something that's somewhat complicated, right? Because the tongue's not going out to grab it. The tongue is like, I'm trying to get it to go up and wrap around, which I can understand why this is struggling. So let's try to fix that by doing a start frame, end frame. If we can get a good image of what we're thinking, that way we can at least get like halfway there, right? So let's see if we can fix it. Because I feel like this is how the fly has to end. But yeah, also let me try the clean prompter. So let me take the let's just see. Copy. I always just forget to use the clean prompter because clean is so good sometimes with just like taking the prompts. Oh, okay. This is good. I think this is gonna be good. Okay, wait. So let's try clean real quick. Let's go. Boom. Um, let's run two of these. And let's take this one. Let's go end frame. And for this one, let's say static camera. The bee is jumping up and down on Pepe's head, annoying him when suddenly Pepe opens his mouth and his long frog tongue shoots out and grabs and wraps around the bee on his head. I'm calling it a bee now, not a fly. Let's say fly. You guys got me thinking bee. The fly. So we'll try that there. And then we'll also try that here. Is there something on my hat? Money man? There's something on my hat? What? I think one of the start frame and end frames is going to get us there, and then we finish it off. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Depending on what this feels like after it's put together. Yes. So story, that is what we're doing right here. But I want him to grab the fly. So let's see how the tongue actually wraps around it. Not so much. Well, that wasn't good. That's weird. I don't think Clean can do this. Come on, Vio, surprise me. It's just not. It's just not feeling it, bro. It's just not feeling it. I think the fly has to be in front of him and not on his head. But I know, I know, I know what we can do. Okay. The fly begins to crawl down the center of his face. And as Pepe's face is becoming increasingly more and more annoyed, once the fly stops on his mouth, the frog's mouth opens and his tongue grabs the fly and he begins to chew, crunching the fly in his mouth as he smiles at the camera. ASMR only. I don't think that we're going to get it to go faster because of how much of a difficult time it's having. So I think that idea we just have to pivot from because of the angle this is happening at, because I want to keep it at this like frontal close up angle. So we just have to pivot a little. But I think this will work. And I think VO will be better for this than cling. But we can try cling too. The fly begins to crawl down the center of Pepe's face as Pepe stares directly at the camera. Once the fly is on Pepe's mouth, Pepe opens his mouth and his tongue grabs the fly, pulling it in, and he eats the fly. Pepe then smiles at the camera. All right, let's see. Let's see. It's close, man. It is close. It is close. This is going to work. Maybe not this generation, but this idea is going to work. Zoom in a little closer to Pepe's face and put the fly directly over Pepe's mouth as Pepe stares deadpan straight into the camera. That's the last option, MX. But I feel like this is very comedic, so I kind of want to try to make this one work. You can see the fly's entire body, and its head is facing straight towards the ground. I think it's like there's like just like a slight wording thing that's keeping me from getting this. Okay, this is good. Rotate the fly so it's facing the ground. Keep the fly in the position that it's in over Pepe's mouth, but turn it upside down so its wings are facing up and not the ground. Maybe I am wording this wrong. Maybe it's just upside down. This is a great image. The camera slowly zooms into Pepe's face as the fly crawls down the center of his face and stops over his lips. We're just going to do 5 seconds on this one. We don't need this one to be 10 seconds. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me while I wrestle with these things every week. I'm sure, as you guys have said in the past, this is kind of like your guys' time to work on your own stuff too, and I'm just kind of in the background. Okay, boom. Got the fly. And let's just grab this prompt from right here. Sometimes I feel like they've made the video models all worse, bro. Like sometimes they're really good, and then sometimes, like, I find that when I have an idea and the idea to me seems like it should be easily executable, but I'm struggling with it, it makes me feel like the video models have slowly gotten like worse, or they've changed out the models and they don't tell anyone. But that's probably just me coping with whatever the skill issue I'm facing at the time is. Well, I swear sometimes I get the most complicated things to just like boom and it goes, and then other times it like won't do what seems to me to be like the simplest thing. I think the fly needs to be a little bit bigger. Make the fly bigger. A little bigger. Wait, no, no. Turn the fly upside down so its wings are facing up. We're we're almost there. We are inching closer. We are inching closer. Because now the issue was the fly got smaller as the camera got closer, which makes no sense. Have you guys been using Nano Banana for stuff like this where you like build out the scenes now and you keep these like the multi shots going? I think this is going to work. The fly has the same fuzzy texture as Pepe the Frog. All right. We're almost there. We're almost there. And depending on how I want the pacing of this to be, I think this might just be like this might just be the one shot video. I think the butter and the icing character might like stay for another video. This is just going to be like a quick funny thing with the fly. Block report, what's up, buddy? Clumsy, you should try Sea Dream though, bro. Sea Dream is like it's way cheaper than Nano Banana and you can pretty much do the same thing. And it's faster. And I'm sure there's something that'll allow you to run it locally. Or maybe not locally, maybe, but either way, it's like it's way cheaper than Nano Banana. It always starts to lose consistency, right? That's something that like I've really noticed. It'll start giving me like image results from like 4 or 5 images back up the chain. And I've heard the same thing from like the vibe coding side of things from people that like it's good, but it's not something to build like a whole project in. So I still think Claude Code is probably the way for most people. I think that's the one. Yep, it's this one. So we're going to download this guy just so we have it, but we're going to just do this in the scene in VO because I think that's going to be the easiest way. So we'll go add to scene. Actually, wait, no, we'll just do this in here and put the manual elbow grease on it. So boom, that's the frame we're using right there. And then we're going to stream, save this frame. We're going to do our little magnific trick. Do just the light precision upscale on it to balance the color. Because yeah, so like if we go to Gemini, right? You start a new chat. Then let's do something like let's grab like a let's say like Hunter, right? And let's grab this image. Oh no, that's a video. Let's do this one of like the main characters, right? And let's put this in Gemini. And let's tell Gemini, make this a realistic image. Right? Make this image photorealistic. What was the prompt I was using the other night where it was just like everything was working? Turn this image into a realistic photo. That was the prompt. Turn this image into a realistic photo. Okay, we got our Pepe. Now we just need him to eat it. We just need him to eat the frog now. The fly is waving hello at the camera when suddenly the Pepe frog sucks the fly into his mouth. Wait. The fly is waving hello to the camera when suddenly the Pepe frog opens his mouth and eats the fly and begins chewing it with loud crunches. The frog smiles directly at the camera. ASMR only. That one wasn't that good. Let's see. Almost, not quite. Well, at this point, the camera is already zoomed in because in this image, it's like it's this close already. So at this point, it has already zoomed into it. Come on, Pepe, do it. No. Mm. Hmm. Hmm. What about this? Why can't this one just do the thing? Just do the thing, bro. The Pepe frog's tongue wraps around the fly, pulls it into his mouth, and he begins to chew it as he smiles at the camera. Let's grab the prompter. See, guys, there's always just one part of it. There's always just one part. But I feel like not giving up on these little things in your own little like personal projects directly carry over to when you have some client work, because very rarely will the client work be something that just works the first time. And I know a bunch of you guys know this by now because a bunch of you guys are getting more and more work. Yeah, and I think the frustrating part is this feels like something that should just work, you know? It was so close. Let's try snatches the fly. Maybe your work. Maybe it's my choice of words. Maybe snatches the fly will work. Like, I'm not mad at that one. What do you think of that one? I'm not mad at it. Oh, this is all gonna get sped up. I mean, all these AI generators, all the raw clips they give you are always too slow, like 100%. Um, okay, so you know what? Remove the fly from his face and make the Pepe Frog smile. If if my last idea doesn't like doesn't work with this next image, then this is gonna be the one right here because I don't hate this. Not that one. This one. No, where was it? That one with his fuzzy brown lips. There you go. Boom. me see. If I look at this image, then I go to this image. I think this one's darker. It's okay. We're going to make this work. So, boom, fly. Actually, there is a big color difference. So real quick, this smile image that I just got, I am going to run it through Magnific real quick so that it darkens up to the same level as the first frame. Because what we want to avoid are the color shifts. Right, MX? We don't want those crazy color shifts. Because then I think that we should be able, judging by the animation it's giving us, we should be able to just use that same prompt and the same sequence happens, except at the end of it, when he smiles, his lips will be the same as they are in here. And his face won't change and he'll still look like Pepe. Because right now, at the ending of it, he's not really Pepe. He's like just a fuzzy frog. Oh. Man, I haven't really been generating in Midjourney too much since all these other things came out. Cause like, dude, look at this. So okay. So oh wait. All right. So where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Sometimes VO be doing that where it like smashes the image. I believe. But what I wanted to show you guys is, so let's do like a little test real quick. So I have these like some of these food prompts that I didn't run yet. And so like just like stupid stuff like anthropomorphic food characters and nothing crazy. But let's just put some of the prompts into Seedream and just see what the images look like. Because sometimes when I put like the prompts into also to Z image, I don't know if you guys have messed around with Z image yet, but Z image was really surprising me, especially with how fast it was. So let's go workflows. Let's go Z image turbo. Here we go. So, and let's do let's do 1280 by 768. And let's put in this little food prompt. Watch how fast this is. It takes like 4 seconds to get an image out. Look at that. Look how fast that was. That was like instant. This is Sea Dream with the same prompt, but Z image is like super realistic feeling. Like there's something with the food stuff that I can do with Z image with these kind of like slightly anthropomorphic, but they're just like kind of because like just look how fast we can get the images. Okay, let's see what if this did it. Okay, wait, let's try this with quality. Does quality not do the image to image? No, it does. Let's say his pink tongue, because we don't want the tongue turning green. So let's try quality. I need to try Sora. You tested? No, man, but I don't like the Sora videos. It's not I'm not about the Sora videos, man. I don't like how those come out, and I don't really want any of the Sora videos on my feed. I'm just not about it. Cause like here, I'm gonna give it this like travel influencer rooftop infinity pool. Let's make this vertical. So 768 by 1280. Boom, boom. 7 seconds. Like, look at the quality of the image. Like, this is like Z image is really good at photorealistic and it's super, super fast. Like, and on Glyph, it literally like they cost less than a credit. Like Z image is really, really dope. All right, Pepe. This man is trolling me, bro. Let's say the fly crawls into wait, Pepe opens his mouth wide. The fly crawls into the frog's mouth. Let's call him the frog instead of Pepe. The frog opens his mouth wide. The fly crawls into the frog's mouth. The frog bites down and begins to chew as he smiles at the camera. Yeah, I haven't been seeing any Sora videos on my feed the way that I was a couple weeks ago. I feel like Sora kind of like there was no way people didn't weren't going to get burnt out of that super super fast. Like the way that the social feed looks and feels, like like because of the way Sora generates the videos, it literally makes my brain feel uncomfortable. Like to me, that is peak brain rot more than like the Italian characters, more than anything else we've seen. Sora 2 is peak brain rot with where we are like in society and in all this social media stuff right now. That's why I kind of didn't really dive in when everyone else was and was trying to like do the Sora thing. Because I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of guys that were doing the Sora thing that are like the views fell really started to fall really flat on the Sora 2 stuff. Okay, let's run like 2 more of those, and I think we got one. Oh my god. There is something I can do with this, bro. There is something I can do with this guy. That is hilarious. But all this to say, you guys should be also trying C Dream and also not sleeping on Z Image. Z Image is really, really dope. All right, let's see. Something here has to give. Let's see. Let's see if that works. Cut that last part off and then I'm going to redo all the sound on this. So this first part, let's make this only like 4 seconds, I think. Boom. Let's see how that feels. No, I think it has to be a little bit longer. So we want it to start right when he does something. Boom. He waves. The fly comes right here. We're going to cut that right there. Then we're going to bring this down to right there. Let's see. Cut that beginning part off right there. Let's bring this one to like right there. See how that feels. Then let's see, how fast is that? That's 209%. So then let's see what happens when this one goes to 209%. So it matches the speed. I think this one can be a little bit faster. See what happens when we go like. Maybe right when his eyes come up, it cuts. No, the thing that's not. So like, I mean, the answer there, PJ, is as short as possible, right? Because the further into your video people get before they swipe away, the more likely Instagram is to push it to more people. So it's like as short as possible while having it do everything you want it to do. And sometimes, depending on the video, like the answer is 8 seconds. Sometimes it's 10 seconds. Sometimes it can, the Thanksgiving leftover one I did got 1 million views, and that one was like 20 something seconds. So it depends on the video, but the answer is always like there should be no dead space, basically, for these types of videos. If you're doing like cinematic storytelling, whatever, that's different. But for these types of videos, it needs to be quick. But what I'm not really digging right now is it's fucking me up because the eyes at the end of this one are looking straight up, and then when it switches, it's slanted. That is kind of messing me up. So let's see if we can redo that one. This one right here. and see if we can get his eyes to be, like, angled upwards. Um, let's see. And this is, like, me being really nitpicky, but it's something that, for me, it breaks the continuity of the scene. Am I tripping? Am I tripping, or is this, like, do you think you only notice it because I'm pointing it out? This one specifically, this switch, because his eyes are up, but then they're slanted. Let me see. Wait a second. Wait a second. No, bro, but I feel like it does matter. I feel like it does. Okay, so let's make this one a little bit faster. Boom. Let's erase this one. cut on the blink. Let's see. Maybe. Maybe wait. Let's. Boom, boom. That does feel better. That feels better. Good call, Tom. Good call. Same thing on this one. I think I'm going to cut on the blink on this one. No, he doesn't really blink. He's just kind of like side-eyeing it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to export this. We're going to take this to Sora, and we're going to try to smooth it out a bit. So we put Sora on video. We turn it to 9:16. We go 720. We change it to 15 seconds. 2 videos. We go into the storyboard. We're going to upload our little Pepe guy here. Boom. And we need to smooth out the transition of that last one where the fly is over his mouth and he eats it. Ooh. Then if this comes out good, then we upscale it and we do the sound, because the sound is where this one's going to shine. And then this will just be a light, funny thing to post tomorrow. And then tomorrow night I can make some funny food stuff. All right, so got our guy here. Oh, no. No, bro. Why? Sora. Bro, what the fuck? Oh, there we go. Okay. So we erase the prompt. Trying to make this like this. Okay, boom. Then we split you. Oh, wait, no. We split you again. There we go. Actually get the fly before he goes past his. Boom. And then we're going to see if Sora can fix this part where the fly gets on the tongue. Let's see what Sora does here. So we're going to have him starting to stick his tongue out, and then we're going to have him with the fly in his mouth and just see how Sora interprets that. Like, how does Sora see the tongue getting out and grabbing it and all that kind of stuff? But then we'll also do a version where that part we don't really mess with, and we just fix that in between frame. Ooh. Yeah, let's see here. Let's grab like one of the weird prompts from the earlier food stuff and see what Z image does. So here's like the anthropomorphic turkey and ham. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was supposed to be a turkey, bro. That was supposed to be a turkey. That was not good. Shame on Z image. Yeah, that's not good. That was supposed to be a turkey. All right, let's see. Okay, so like, no matter what, that's good. But this is the one I'm waiting for. Here, I'm gonna give you guys the link to the Z image generator in case you guys want to mess with it. All right, let's see how it did with the tongue here. Oh, it just didn't even do anything. Oh, my mic went out again. Oh, test. Testing, testing. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Hello, hello. Did it fix or no? Um, is it still, is it good or no? Testing, 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 testing. Boom. It is on the Yeti mic. Sound is good there. Test, 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 test. Hello, 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 hello. Still quiet. Damn, I don't know. Nothing changed. The mic is literally up on my face and nothing on. Yeah, no, the mic is plugged in. I sound like I'm in a bubble. Okay, wait 1 second. Testing, 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 testing. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Okay. Okay, cool. Well, the good news is my girlfriend got me a new mic that is on its way somewhere, with a new XLR mic that is coming in. So, no more USB-C mic in a couple weeks. All right, let's see how this guy looks after we upscale him. And to upscale him, I'm actually going to do it in Runway, because Runway's 4K upscaler is really, really good. So let's see how this comes out. PJ, unsure, because I don't try to do celebrities or politicians or anything. You definitely can't do questionable content in Weavy. You 100% cannot. That is not the platform for that. You might be able to do celebrities, but I wouldn't be surprised if not. Because Weavy was like, they're owned by Figma now. It's all closed source models. So I imagine they have the same sensors that all the models have on their platforms. But just in general, you should probably assume that Weavy is like a very professional based platform. So their sensors probably reflect that. Yeah, I mean, on like that totally threw me for a loop, because Glyph is very censored. Like, our sensors are super serious on Glyph. I was shocked by that. All right. Boom. Okay, now let's see what happens if we just like speed it up a little and go to 10 seconds. Maybe like 12 seconds. Okay, so the first thing we need here is Pepe needs to have a little voice, which is going to be me. I think he's just going to be mumbling little something somethings. So I think I got to do the voice for Pepe that I would normally do for the other characters, like my little piping character and stuff. So what to say? Okay, we're gonna freestyle this and get the first one out of the system because the first one is always bad, and then we'll retake. And this is always fun for you guys when I do the voices. So we're gonna get the first bad one out of the system. Water. Okay. Hello. What do you want? No, hey, stop that. Hey, no, oh yeah, come here. Let me pitch that up and see how bad that is. I upscaled that at runway. So I keep my runway unlimited strictly because I use their generative expand a lot to make, vertical horizontal and to make horizontal vertical. And then I just figured out that you can upscale anything, even videos you don't make on their platform, and their upscaler is really, really good. Hello. What do you want? No, hey, stop that. Hey, no, oh yeah. I didn't pitch it. Hello. What do you want? No, hey, stop that. Hey, no, oh yeah, come here. Hello. Okay, let's try it one more time. Hello. Hey, what do you want? Hey, get off. Stop it. Stop that. Oh, hey, come here. What do you want? Get off. Stop it. Stop that. Oh, hey, come here. Try it one more time. do you want? Oh, get out of here. Oh, hey, stop that. Oh, yeah, no, come here. Ah. Hmm. Oh, hey, what do you want? Oh, get out of here. Oh, hey, stop that. Oh, yeah, no, come here. Ah. Hello. What do you want? No, hey, stop that. Hey, no, oh, yeah. It does have a little bit of Beavis and Butthead in it, doesn't it? Come here. Hello. What do you want? Hello. What do you want? No, hey, stop that. Hey, no, oh yeah, come here. Hey. Hey, stop that. Oh yeah, no, come here. Ow. Hello. Hey, what do you want? No, hey, stop that. Oh yeah, no, come here. Ow. Hello. Okay, I think that's good. I think mixing those couple different parts of the different ones, I think works. So I'm gonna erase the second one. That works. Bring that up there. Erase these. Now we need a fly. Call me old fashioned. I still like going to Artlist, which is slowly becoming an AI platform. Every single ad I see Artlist putting out now is for Kling or Veo or whatever you can do on their platform. See, look, Nano Banana Pro is here. And so a lot of traditional like video and film guys that use Artlist for stock footage for years are super pissed that they're like going all in on AI now. Okay, so we need sound effects. And we need a fly buzzing. Okay, I think this one sounds pretty good. Let's see how this works. We're just going to build this one small thing at a time. So we'll do it like right. It comes in right here. So let's try this. Hello. Hey. What do you want? No, hey. Now, what sound does it make when it like a little thud, right? Like a little doop. No, I don't think it needs that, but like, let's just say insect and see if we can get some more insect sounds. like a like something like. Oh God. Make that a little softer. Need a little like wait, let's type in gibberish. So let's see. Let's see how that looks when the fly is like rocking on his face. Not quite. We need a different buzz. I think that's all we need is a different buzz. Let's see. Right here, we need the squelch, which I already have laying around somewhere. And then we need the chewing, or maybe that one wasn't the. Oh no. Oh no. Went. No. No. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? There we go. Okay. Okay, let's see. Chewing. I think as much as I like the opening buzz, I think it's too different from the one that's like that comes later, maybe. Okay, so we need a different buzz at the beginning. Let's try this one. What do you guys think? I make this vertical. Actually, that feels very staticky. I don't know why. Let's just try running this one again. But let's bring it so it's like here. And let's make this kind of like fade into itself right here. No, because now they're all too much the same. Let's see if YouTube has a good fly one so we can mix it up. Bro, who's searching for fly buzzing sound effect 1 hour? Okay, let's try this. Boom. We'll open up Downy. We're going to download this guy. Okay, let's see here. Let's bring it to a loud part so it's when it's up close. Boom, boom. Make these soft, but leave them underneath it. I think that works. Okay, let's. Okay, I'll make the voice a little louder now that the fly is there. Okay, and then what we put underneath it is a room tone. So it's not just like complete silence. Where is the sound? Hotel room. There we go. Empty hotel room tone. Right there. Boom. These go a long way. This isn't anything like, it's not really like a sound, but it's just like a buzz. But I actually, now that I put it on, I'm not going to keep it on this one because I feel like the slight buzz from the room tone is competing with the Pepe. But now let's color this guy and get him to look a little bit sharper. Boom. Bump up the contrast. Highlights. Bring the shadows down a little. Whites. Throw our LUT on it, but bring that all the way down. Sharpen him up to 80. Turn the vibrance up. Now let's see. Okay, then throw on a little bit of our dehancer. But we got to bring the halation like all the way down to like 15. This video might make the crypto pop off. Let's see if right here there's like a whoosh we can put in. Let's see how a whoosh sounds on it, just to like the little like zoom in. Let's see how it sounds. It might not be good, but let's just see. Let's try that. No, that's distracting. All right. I think that's good. I actually think though, let's go back. Let's go into the sharpen and let's see what happens when we bring this down to like 40. That's 40. That's 80. And the fly spins around him. Let's see. I think it needs to be a little bit longer. What's up, Shaolin? Nah, I don't think we need the whoosh. Okay, this one right here, I actually want this to start fading right there. Okay, I think this is good. I think this is good. I think it's good. And we're going to export and boom. Let me make sure. Boom. The LUT. This is going into one topaz. And we got to topaz this guy. And then we upscale him. So let's see. Boom. Boom, boom. Topaz. Drag him in. Pew. And let's see how this guy does tomorrow. I have no expectations for him because this is drastically different than everything else. But, you know, everyone loves a good Pepe. So let's see how this guy does. Just something light and funny to kind of break up the monotony, break up the mood. I do really like these, like I like the aesthetic of the character on the white background like this. And so I might start to play around with more stuff like this and see if there's a thread it leads me down. Like the first iteration of these ideas are usually never good, but yeah, I think that was pretty cool. Nice little condensed Friday night session. Is there anything you guys are playing with right now that you're having issues with that you would like me to address for a few minutes before we kind of wrap it up here? Because I think this is going to be a shorter one. This isn't going to be a 5-hour marathon like they usually are, because we're coming up on 4 right now. But if there's anything you guys want me to talk about a little, I'm more than happy to. Let me put this on the phone so I can see it, because the phone test is the final test. I use this app called Blip to get videos from my computer onto my phone, because AirDrop has become more and more like you can't depend on it, and Blip just works every time. Bro, I never use Omni character reference. It's never consistent. I never use it. Don't use it. Use Nano Banana. Realms. What about Weavy, bro? Because I don't want to go too deep into that on a live stream, because the Weavy stuff I put up was mainly for Patreon people. But what about Weavy are you looking for? Or what type of issues are you having? Isui. 1 second. Let me pull it up. I believe I do. Just 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm pretty sure. Let me pull up the Patreon. Yeah, so Isui, on October 19th, This one right here is still very, very relevant. There is a, how long is this? This is a 40-minute tutorial on how to nail your start frame and end frame transitions in the Patreon for gold members and above. So this video is 40 minutes long, and I go deep into how you like make really good start frame, end frame transitions, and the things you need to be aware of, and the things you need to do after you get them to smooth them out. So yeah, that is on the Patreon. It is tutorial number 7. Realms, never mind. Okay. But bro, Realms, since you are in the Discord, bro, feel free to ask questions in one of the Grills specific channels. Like I think you're a gold member, or are you platinum? Either way, there's the Grills channel. Just ask any of the Weavy questions in one of the Grills specific channels, and I'm more than happy to answer. Have you used Meshy for Weavy in 3D? I haven't used Meshy. I've used the Tropy. Tropy, is it? Let me see which one. 3D. I've used this. Wait. No, not Tripio. Rodin. This one, the Rodin V2, because you can give Rodin an image, and then it'll generate that image into 3D, like the character or whatever. But you have to give it like a simple image. Like the image has to only be like a character or a logo or something here. I think I have an example. Let me back to files. But I actually might have deleted everything I did, so maybe I don't. Yeah, I deleted everything that I was doing in it before. But the Rodin 3D one, so here we will, let's do this real quick. So let's just drag in Pepe, right? Let's drag in Pepe. So let's go, where is he? Pepe, boom, right? We got Pepe. And then we put in a Rodin V2 node, and we drag Pepe into there. And we just run that. And this is going to take a minute. This is going to take a minute to run. PJ, I believe you mentioned that you will mainly use Weavy for client work. Was curious what it does better than other platforms. It's just a workflow thing, bro, because with the client work, you end up having to generate so many images. Here, let me put this question on the screen. With the client work, man, you end up having to generate so many assets and so many images that it just takes so much time. And it's super easy to build a pipeline for the specific project you're in, especially if you have templates like the ones that I put on the Patreon, that it's just like it becomes the backbone of your entire project. And it becomes really easy to push out all the assets you need and to iterate super fast and get all types of variations of all types of shots. That's the important thing, is like in those templates that I gave you, you can change how many prompts that puts in. And so you could have it give you 20 prompts if you want, and then you hook up 20 image nodes to it. And then every time you hit run, you're getting 20 images out of a single run. Sure, that's a lot of credits. Charge that to the client, just add that. Like if you're using a platform like this and you have like the pipeline built out and you can show them the work and whatnot, like bill your credits to the client. Like that's part of it. But you can just get so much more done in such a shorter period of time with the specific type of power they're giving you on this platform. And it's really ideal for like client projects specifically, at least in my mind. Rania says I'm going to assume you meant Weavy. In Weavy, if you add 2 input images to your generation, how does it recognize in your prompt when you are using image 1 versus, I'm guessing you mean image 2? So this is a rule of thumb across all of these platforms, right? So if I was to add an image input to this node, see, image here is image 1. This is image 2. Same thing in like Gemini, right? Let's say I give it the image of Pepe with the icing, but also Pepe with the fly. Whichever image you put in first, the platform recognizes that as image 1. This has been something that has been true ever since GPT had the what's it called? Like ever since ChatGPT's image model came out, when you drag the images in there, you're always referring to the images in the order that you put them in. So whichever one you upload first is image 1. Whichever one you upload second is image 2. I prefer to refer to those images when I'm speaking about them in the prompt like that. And just like for good prompting etiquette, the way you refer, like let's say you're writing a fairly decent sized prompt, right? The way you refer to a character in the beginning of your prompt should be the way you refer to that character every single time you mention him in that prompt. So I wouldn't say Pepe's fuzzy skin rustles in the wind, and then in the next line say he starts walking towards the camera. I'm going to say Pepe begins walking towards the camera. So if I refer to him as Pepe in the first time I refer to him, I'm always referring to him as Pepe. Same thing with the way the images are set up. If I refer to Pepe as image 1, then every time I refer to him, I'm referring to him as Pepe in image 1. Does that make sense? I hope that made sense. Shaolin, I feel like every time I use Nano Banana in Gemini, it never changes anything. I must be doing something wrong. The image stays the same. Also, I wanted the Midjourney style for a fiction Laura. Yeah, Gemini is a bit buggy, man. Like for all the great things that Google has put out, their platform itself is kind of dog. It's just like it's not very good to work in. But okay, here's what the Ronin node did. Who asked me about it? Steven. So check this out. So we put in the image of Pepe, and this is going to be a little busted up because it like he's furry, right? And this is obviously going to have a hard time with the furry. This would work way better if he was smooth. But you can see we can like spin the Pepe around. But the cool thing about this is like we can grab like a compositor node and we can put the Pepe in here as a layer, and we can add another layer. And then let's just say we wanted to bring in like the Pepe with the butter, right? Well, we can put the Pepe with the butter in there. as, as the background so that this Pepe is on top. And now we go into edit it. Wait, sorry. No, I don't want to go into edit it yet. Get out of there. Get out. So now that we have this Pepe with the butter as the background, we can come over to our 3D node and we can make this Pepe like position him however we want and make him bigger. And then say like, so look, he's like that, right? And then we go into edit. And now we can grab this Pepe layer and we can place him wherever we kind of like want to. So let's put him like right here. And then we get out of here. And then we take this output and we put this one into a Seedream 4.5. And because I'm just doing that because it's cheaper than Nano Banana for this. And we put in a prompt and we just say, composite the small Pepe frog into the scene and give him the same furry texture as the big Pepe frog. And I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm just spitballing here. So let's see. Boom, and then we run this. Oh, do I have to change the thing to landscape 16:9? There we go. Boom. Okay. Then we run that and let's see what it does. It kind of worked. I think like one more round of like Nano Banana and it could get there. But you see how like it kind of helped take that 3D character. It gave him a little bit of the fur. And I think if we like Nano Banana or Seedream this a couple more times, but this is how you can get like control over the stuff that you want. And this was me just kind of like spitballing with it really quickly. But you can see how suddenly like, okay, I can put in a character or a logo, right? I can put in a logo for a project I'm working on for a client, and I can rotate that logo however I want. And then I can use Nano Banana or Seedream and get that logo to actually get like composite into the scene without relying on the model to fully generate it first. I can place it where it needs to be placed. So that's kind of like the power here. So yeah, guys. Unless you guys got anything else. But also too, I hope that made sense. So this was just like dropping in a picture, plugging it into the Rodin 3D V2 node so you can like, so it cuts out the character and it makes him a 3D mesh. Then you can rotate him you plug it into the compositor and it'll place him in there. And then you put in whatever your background image is. This is a layer, and you can put on any other, you can add as many layers in here as you want, right? And then you go into the compositor and you arrange everything. And then in your output, you just drag it into like Seedream or Nano Banana, and you're just like every step, you're just editing a photo, you know, but there's all these cool tools, and this is how you plug everything in together. Yeah. Bam. So, guys, with that being said, I think that's going to wrap it up for this week. And well, I don't know how this guy's going to do tomorrow, you know? Yeah, we'll see. It's just like something simple, funny, nice. Cool, guys. Well, yeah, man, with that being said, I appreciate you all for hanging out with me on this Friday night while we made some silly Pepe things. Hopefully, throughout the course of doing that, you guys got some ideas for stuff you could do, or got some little techniques with how we did that, with like getting the character Nano Banana, how we got the frames upscaled correctly to fix the colors, and kind of like the outpainting that we had to do. And just like all the little roadblocks and like the ways we overcame getting the scene to actually finish. So appreciate you guys. If you are not in the Discord, come join the Discord. The community is super active. Everyone is super helpful in there, and it's always just a good time. I'm going to be putting up a lot of little mini tutorials in the Patreon starting this week, where there's just going to be like little bite-sized things that really hammer like techniques that I think are really important for you guys. So look forward to that. And yeah, man, I will catch you guys on social. When you guys see Pepe eating the fly on your timeline, make sure to drop him some love. I appreciate you all. jboogx Creative. I will catch you guys in 2 weeks. Boom. Or 1 second. Let me see something. Boom, 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 boom. Our dinner's on the 20th, right? What? Our dinner's on the 20th, right? Okay. Yes, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. And by that time, your boy will be 39, because my birthday is on the 18th. So I will see you guys again on the 19th. A little bit older and not one bit wiser. So you guys have a great weekend. Go make something cool. Post it in the Discord. I want to see it. Later, guys.